That baby is not a bother, so don't you worry about that here.
Okay.
Babies don't bother me.
Oh, okay.
Dogs bother me. I don't know why, they just do. But babies don't bother me. This court's going to call cause number C240669. This is in the 317th District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Jay Chopin. Mr. Chopin and Ms. Castile and any other witnesses that are going to testify, please raise your right. We may have lost Mr. Chopin. Hold on.
Sir, I'm listening.
Okay. I can't see you, Mr. Chopin.
I'm trying.
That's okay. But
I'm trying to hear because I'm outside.
Okay, but I do need you to find someplace and get settled. Okay, you can't be moving around at the same time we're having a hearing.
No, I'm not moving. I've been standing in the same spot.
Okay. It's okay, Mr. Chopin. It just looked like you were. You were in a car a minute ago, and now you're not. So.
Yeah, you told me pull it over.
Yeah. Can you hear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Chopin, I need you to raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air. There you go. Ms. Castile, raise your right hand.
Oh.
Ms. Castile, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Put your hand down. Mr. Chopin, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right, now you put your ear back to the phone. Ms. Nash, are you going to testify as well?
Yes, sir.
Florence Nash, do you solemnly swear is the truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Ms. Overstreet, are you handling this case for state?
Yes, sir.
Call you first.
I'd like to call Miss Castile.
Yes.
Will you state your name, please?
Marquisha Castile.
And you are the mother of Jace Chopin?
Yes, I am.
And what county do you live in?
In Jefferson.
Do you live, does Jace live with you?
Yes, he does.
Now, do you have any safety concerns or issues with your address being in a court order?
Oh, no, ma'am.
And did you and Jace and Mr. Castile have some DNA testing done in this case?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to ask the court to enter into evidence, if there's no objection, the DNA results in this case.
Castile, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the DNA test results in this case. Is it okay if I look at the results?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Question, is it okay if I look at these DNA test results?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. State's Exhibit A is admitted into evidence based on the admission into evidence. The court's going to find that the alleged father in this case, Justin Chopin, is now confirmed to be the biological and now legal father of the child, Chase.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Castile, is Mr. Chopin a good father?
I can't really say. I don't know.
Is that because has he not been around the child much?
No, he never seen him.
Okay. And is there a reason that you know of that he's never seen him?
Because he's saying he wasn't his before the DNA. So I guess that has something to do with it.
Okay. So because of Jace's age, would you like to ask the court for some initial visitation, maybe supervised or limited for a little while until they can get to know each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any idea? Because you know Jace and his personality, does he warm up to people pretty easily, or does he take a little while?
He takes a little while.
Okay. Do you think maybe 6 visits supervised where you and Mr. Chopin and the child are together might be enough?
Do I have to be there?
Well, no, you can have somebody else there, but if you want it supervised, there's going to have to be somebody there so he can they can get to know each other.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you can designate somebody else if there's somebody that you know, if you don't want to be there. Now, how is Jace covered for insurance?
He get Medicaid.
Okay. Now, do you have any personal knowledge about what Mr. Chopin does for a living, or would he be the best person to ask that?
Yeah, he'll be the best to ask because I don't know nothing.
Okay. Now, are you asking for any back child support or just child support going forward?
Just child support, I guess.
Okay. Going forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any personal knowledge if Mr. Chopin has any other children under the age of 18?
No, not that I know.
Okay. And do you have any personal knowledge of what county Mr. Chopin lives in?
In Jefferson.
Okay. Your Honor, I have nothing further of Ms. Castile. I'd like to pass the witness and call Mr. Chopin.
Okay.
Mr. Chopin, can you state your name, please?
My name's Justin Alexander Chopin.
And you are, do you currently live here in Jefferson County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you also think it'd probably be in Jace's best interest to have some initial supervised visitation with somebody and the child so he can get to know you?
I mean, man, I'm here today because you know y'all want me to pay child support, and I'm willing to pay child support. You know, I mean, I'm probably gonna not even be in Beaumont in a few weeks, so you know, I'm just here to pay child support.
Okay, so you're saying you don't mind whether or not initially you have super visitation or not, correct?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, and when you say you're not going to be in Beaumont, are you moving to some other county?
I'm trying to find a job right now anywhere, any county.
Okay. Well, so you're not currently working?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, how long has it been since you had a job?
I think like 5 months.
Okay. Now there's a program in Jefferson County, and we have a representative. Sir, let me finish, okay? We have a representative here from the Texas workforce. And it's called Choices, and you can agree to go into that program, and they have they can help you find a job, and they have some like special things that you can do that the just going through workforce doesn't have. Would you be interested in getting into that program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're not under any kind of you don't have any kind of criminal charges pending, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, after we finish this hearing and get off of YouTube, then you'll be able to speak to the representative.
Number. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're currently able to work and work at least 40 hours a week, right?
Yes, ma'am. More than able.
Okay. And capable of making minimum wage?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you have any other children under the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they your biological children?
Oh.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Biological.
Okay. Do you currently do any of them reside with you?
No, ma'am.
And are you court ordered to pay child support for any of them?
No, ma'am.
How many do you have?
One.
One other one? Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions of Mr. Chopin, and I have no further witnesses.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, Ms. Castile, do you have any questions about this case or comments about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Chopin, you have any questions or comments about this case before I make a ruling?
I just wanted to say two things. Is it an app that I can pay that like, you know, once you give your ruling, that I can pay straight to. That was the first question. And the second question, I just don't want to be caught because she be blowing up my phone. I mean, I didn't change my number, and then y'all gave her, like, well, I ain't gonna say y'all, but when they did the DNA and they sent it to our email, you gave her my number. They gave her basically gave her my number and address again, and she showed enough started calling again about what, that was a week ago.
No, well,
And
I mean,
don't want no, I don't want no positive. I don't want to have to go to the police like she did. You know what I'm saying?
well, I mean, the order requires the information to be in the order, Mr. Chopin. So
yeah, but I'm saying, but does the order require people to actually keep contacting me? Does it require her to contact me?
No, I mean, y'all don't have to talk to each other at all if you don't want to.
Yeah, because I'm that's what I'm saying, because she's calling and how many times do I have to, if you don't have my number, and it means it's not for you to have, and I verbally told you, don't call me. Okay. You know, I mean, I'm willing to pay the child support, you know, I have no choice, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want my peace taken away from it.
Right. Okay. The court's going to find, the court has jurisdiction. The court's going to find, based on the testimony of the parties, that it I'm going to find that it's not in Jace's best interest to name the parties as joint managed conservators. Ms. Castile will be the sole managed conservator. Mr. Chopin will be a possessory conservator. Mr. Chopin will have visitation of Jace at any and all times mutually agreed to by the parties. If no mutual agreement, then he'll have a phased-in visitation with 6 visits at each phase. That's 6 supervised visits, followed by 6 unsupervised visits for the half day, followed by 6 unsupervised visits for the day, followed by 6 one-night overnight visits. Once that last set of one-night overnight visits is completed, then Mr. Chopin can have standard possession. I'll order Ms. Castile to maintain the current health insurance that she has on Jace, and Mr. Chopin will be ordered to pay child support and medical support. His child support will be $225 per month, plus an additional $25 a month in cash medical. No retroactive child support in this case. Mr. Chopin will be responsible for court costs, but I will give him until July 31st of 2023. Child support, medical support starting 1st of March 2023. Mr. Chopin has agreed to voluntarily go into the Choices program, so I will place him in the Choices program. Ms. Overstreet, does that take care of all the terms and conditions of the order as required by the state?
And no non-disclosure, since she said she had no issues. Yes, it does. Thank you.
But there will be a DR, a domicile restriction.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Ms. Castile, Mr. Chopin, what happened now is Ms. Overstreet's office is going to send me a proposed court order. As long as it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you, okay?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excuse me, Judge.
Yes, sir.
You said I have to pay court costs. How much for the court costs?
Oh, I have no idea. A couple $100 probably, Mr. Chopin, but that's why I gave you till July to pay them.
All right, then.
All right. Ms. Castile, you're free to go. Mr. Chopin's going to have to stay behind for a minute or two to give some information to the Texas workforce.